So I want to talk about something that I thought was interesting and bring light to it. Oftentimes that we hear a lot of people make statements about colorism in Hollywood, and I want to just see how much that is true, especially when it comes to the black community, and how a lot of black women that are dark skinned often get replaced by lighter skinned women in media, and how lighter skinned women seem to take over roles that or should have originally went to dark skinned black women or black women in general, and they're getting replaced by lighter skinned or mixed race women. One thing that I want to bring to light is the fact that Janet Hubert, who was the star of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and she played Aunt Vivian for a couple seasons until something happened, like a dispute. Don't necessarily know the sad details because that has been confidential, but she left the show after a few seasons, and then she was replaced by a lighter skinned woman that didn't have the same personality as Aunt Vivian had. So it didn't have the same flair as Aunt Vivian, the original Aunt Vivian. And also, it has to come to my mind, why exactly did they cast a woman that was light skinned? I understand that she had to leave, and they didn't want to retire her character or write her off. But at the same time, couldn't they have not got another dark-skinned woman to play her? But to a lesser extent with Jo Mary Payton, who played Harriet Winslow in Family Matters. She was there for a few... she played Harriet Winslow for the majority of the show until the final half, I think the final second half of Family Matters, when she decided that due to disputes with the creators of the show, I think she decided to leave, and because of that, they replaced her with a lighter skinned female. And at the same time, I had to say, why is that? Why is that a thing? It seems that is apparent in Hollywood, and this won't be the only time that has happened. Another, I think, more recent, but not too recent situation was with My Wife and Kids, which is another sitcom. And in that show we had Claire. So Claire in My Wife and Kids is another character. She was played by Jas Rayco in the first season of My Wife and Kids, but later she was replaced by Jennifer Freeman, a lighter skinned woman. So she was originally played by a dark skinned girl, and now she got replaced by a light skinned / mixed race woman. So you see that those are also three big main sitcoms that were black oriented, in which a character was replaced, and their character was replaced with a lighter skinned woman. And personally, I don't think that is a coincidence, because honestly, I think that they could have found people that were closer in phenotype and melanin to those characters, but they chose to pick lighter skinned women because they would appeal to a wider range of people. And in that same situation, we often see in media, whenever there's like characters that are lighter skinned or lighter skinned people, they often are placed in roles with black family members. They're replaced with biracial or mixed women, like we get in I think a show that's on Disney Channel called Casey Undercover, in which the family was composed of a dark-skinned man and his lighter-skinned wife, but they also had a dark-skinned kid and a biracial daughter. So we often see that that whenever situations like this happen, a lot of times the daughter is either light or racially ambiguous, and it's considered normal for the daughter to be that way. Like, the daughter is usually the lighter skin or mixed race girl that is supposed to play the black girl, and the other characters get to stay the same. So honestly, I think Hollywood has a big issue when it comes to color and how they cast people in these situations. And oftentimes, instead of allowing dark-skinned black women to be characters in these roles. They rather choose mixed race people because they appeal to, like, other groups of people, which is unfortunate because that sends a message that dark-skinned girls are not good enough for these roles. And honestly, I think that looking at these situations now, there needs to be a change when it comes to representation for dark-skinned girls in the media, when it comes to casting and having them in actually authentic roles in which they are in a majority dark-skinned black family, because we often have too much of an imbalance when it comes to that in media.